Coming inside. Good morning, everybody. It's time for another delicious edition of Texas Oatmeal. And today, we're working on the Vanderhall again. Surprise, surprise. So I got up late last night and took the hood back off because I need to get to the lights so that I can put this yellow wrap on there. So this is a mess. Yeah, I'll need to clean that up. We're gonna put the yellow tint on the headlights today, and I couldn't figure out a really good way to get the grill off without buying another tool. There's these bolts back here. Oh, you can't see. There's these bolts way back here, and yeah, well, there's lots of bugs in there too. There's 8 of these, and you can't really get to them. I mean, they're like 3 inches inside there. You'd be trying to get in here with like a wrench, and you don't have enough movement here. So I assume they put them on with like probably an air-powered ratchet or something and go in there and just maybe, I don't know. But I couldn't figure out a good way to get those. I don't have an air-powered ratchet or electric ratchet or anything to get there. Yeah, so I took the hood off. But I also wanted to install these guys. So these bad boys are riv nuts, and they are amazing. So they're going to solve the problem of the clips that are on here, and I'll show you those in a second. I filmed a little bit last night. Insert that clip right here. Okay, so it's really pretty late. It's actually 11 o'clock at night, and I got this wild hair to go ahead and install the rib nuts so that I didn't have to deal with the little clips that go in there, these things. You can see a couple of these have already broken, like this one's already a broken one. They used to slide on there, you know, and that's what you use to thread in the bolt that holds the hood on. Well, these move around and obviously they break. So yeah, I put some riv nuts in these things so that it works quite a bit better. Easier to do when you have 2 hands. Got her. Then you take your good old riv nut tool, which I found out these were gonna be the best ones for it. I'm actually changing it. It uses a 6mm bolt to go in there from the factory, but the holes are so big in these brackets already that a 6mm riv nut doesn't fit. It slides right in, and then when you go to compress it, it would fall out. So these are 10mm, which means I'm going to have to change the size of the hole that's in the hood, but it's just ABS plastic, so it's no big deal. So anyways, so these are pretty snug. They kind of start, but don't really fit exactly. Well, it turns out you don't even need to drill it out. You just need to tap it in a little bit. Grab your trusty 16-ounce Ultra Steel claw hammer and give her a few taps. Now I caution you, those tabs are just aluminum and they'll bend, so I wasn't really tapping that hard, even though it probably sounds like it. But then when I've put the riv nut tool in there and I've got some leverage, I bend that back out just a little bit just to make sure that it's not going too far. Okay, so this solves that problem and cleans up the look. That's a much better way to run fasteners in there. But they are 10mm bolts where the old ones were 6mm. I need to put some in this one back here, and I would put some in here, except you got to take this panel off. And yeah, I haven't done that, and I really don't want to because it's a lot of work. You got to take the cowl off. So for now, this one's not going to have a riv nut in it, but this one, the one on the other side will. But I need to drill these out to a proper size. So of course that means that I'm going to have different size screws in the hood, but it will be a lot easier to take this on and off. I'm going to try to find some 10mm like thumb screw things. I found these. So this is a thumb screw that's 6mm. That would go right into like the old spot or whatever, but these won't work in this new one, obviously, because it's 8mm. That's too big. No, 10 mil. Those are 10 mil, and this is too small. So I'm gonna go to the store and find some 10 mil version of this. If I can, I may not be able to. I may have to just go with regular button head Allen wrench style, you know, bolt again. But either way, at least now, if I want to take the hood off, I can do it in, well, taking the hood off is quick. I can do it in, you know, 2 minutes or less or whatever. You know, just literally unscrewing those screws. But putting it back on was always the trouble, because lining that all back up in the front was a nightmare. And now I should be able to just go right in. I hope. I haven't tried it yet. But this will definitely not move around on you when you try to put the hood on, and that's going to solve a lot of problems. Okay, so off to the store. I gotta put shoes on, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Peace. Cold start, 2015 BMW i3. Oh, I don't have the key. Yeah. Okay, take two. Cold start, 2015 BMW i3. I don't know what all that noise is that it had in there, or that it had out there, but yeah, that's all you get. It's electric. Okay, so headlights off. We need to clean it because it is full of bugs and road debris. So we're gonna clean that real quick, and then we're gonna cut a piece a little bigger than this, and then lay it all in there, and then cut around the edges inside there so that it's just covering the lens. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so it should take like, I don't know, 2 seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. Just like that. We went from clear to yellow. Now, I'm not a super pro. You can definitely see some imperfections along the edges here, but you know, it'll probably stay on. And maybe with the light, when it heats up, it'll get rid of some of these bubbles or whatever. I don't know. But once it's, you know, tucked down in there, no one will ever see any of that. Some people will probably hate this, but I think it's gonna look pretty cool. I don't know what it's gonna look like when it's turned on. I wonder if it'll be a little bit of a green color because of the bluish tint to the lights. But either way, I think it's sweet. Okay, so got everything buttoned back up, got the hood back on. Talk about easy. The riv nuts, now I did have to Dremel this hole a little bit more because of course these are 10 mil screws, and these are just the only screws I could find at Home Depot that worked. I'm gonna replace those with something cleaner, button head or something. I'll have to order them, but check that out. The riv nut in there, alright, so the riv nut that's in there, right, you can see the gold that's right inside there, right there where my light is. Now that made putting this hood on about 1,000,000 times easier because the old clips moved inside there and these don't. So riv nut for the win. That's the way to go. Assuming you're okay with, you know, enlarging the holes on the cowl of your $30,000 Vanderhall, that's legit. Now again, I didn't do them on the back yet because I don't have the right size riv nut for this or whatever. I could have enlarged it to the same 10 mil, but I just didn't feel it was necessary on the back. So I'm going to try to find something. I mean, these hold fine already, and these aren't the problem. They don't move. They've got little inserts, but the front is where it moves. But I'm going to find something probably similar to this to go in the front so that it all matches. But for now, I mean, those are beefy. You know, that's not coming out of there. I mean, I can take the hood off of this thing in, you know, no time. I mean, those 8 screws come out in seconds. Pull the hood right off. So getting that on and off now, no brainer. So anyways, yeah, So we did yellow headlights, which look mighty nice. Not that you can probably see them right there. And rib nuts. And yeah. Okay, so that's it. So I'm gonna leave you guys with some beauty shots out there. We've actually got some sunlight finally today instead of just clouds. But I'm gonna back this thing out, take some cool pictures of it with the new headlights installed. New headlights, new wrap, whatever it is. You get the idea. But that's gonna be it for today. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.